Have you ever noticed how almost everything around us encourages us to move faster? Wake up earlier, finish your work sooner, answer messages immediately, walk faster, eat faster, think faster, grow faster, succeed faster. It almost feels as if the world has silently agreed that speed is the same thing as progress. And maybe that's why so many of us are tired. Not because we're doing difficult things, but because we're trying to do everything at once. Somewhere along the way, life started feeling like something we experience and started feeling like something we need to keep up with. We are always preparing for what's next. When we are in school, we're thinking about graduating. When we graduate, we think about getting a job. And when we get a job, we are thinking about promotions. When we finally have free time, we are already planning tomorrow. It's as if we're constantly living one step ahead of ourselves. But here is something I've been thinking about lately. What if life isn't rushing us at all? What if we are the ones doing the rushing? Maybe time isn't moving faster. Maybe we have simply forgotten how to stay where we are. I remember being younger and feeling like summer lasted forever. A single afternoon felt endless. You could spend hours outside without checking the time. You'd notice the clouds, you notice the breeze, you notice absolutely nothing. And somehow that was enough. Now, an entire week disappears before we even realize it happened. Monday turns into Friday, one month becomes another. We tell ourselves we'll slow down next week, after this project, after this exam, after this vacation, after this year. But somehow that moment never arrives because every finish line becomes another starting line. There's always another reason to hurry, another deadline, another goal, another expectation, another version of ourselves we're trying to become. And while we're busy chasing tomorrow, today quietly slips away. I don't think rushing always looks dramatic. Sometimes it looks incredibly normal. It looks like eating lunch while scrolling through your phone, watching a movie while replying to your emails, listening to music while thinking about work, talking to someone while checking notification, and even resting has become something we multitask through. We have become uncomfortable with giving one thing our full attention. Silence feels strange. Waiting feels unbearable. Doing nothing feels wrong. The small moments of boredom are immediately felt. We reach for our phone at traffic lights, in elevators, in queues, even during commercials. Some of us can't even sit through a 5-minute conversation without wondering if someone texted us. It's almost automatic now, not because we want to, but because we have trained ourselves to believe every empty second needs to be occupied. And maybe that's why we are always mentally exhausted. Not because our lives are impossible, but because our minds never get a chance to breathe. The strange thing is, technology promised to save us time. Dishwashers save time, cars save time, the internet saves time, AI saves time. Everything is designed to help us do things faster. So, why does it feel like we have less time than ever before? Maybe because every minute we save gets filled with something else. Instead of resting, we add another task. Instead of slowing down, we increase our expectations. Instead of appreciating simplicity, we chase efficiency. Our calendars have become full, our notifications have become louder, our thoughts have become heavier. We aren't actually saving time, we're spending it differently. There's a quote that says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Think about that for a moment. The sun never rushes to rise. Flowers don't bloom overnight. Trees don't grow because you're impatient. Rain doesn't fall faster because someone is waiting. Nature understands something we have forgotten. Growth has its own rhythm, and forcing it doesn't make it happen sooner. Imagine planting a seed. Would digging it up every morning help it grow? Of course not. You water it, you care for it, and then you wait patiently, trusting that growth is happening even when you can't see it. Yet somehow, when it comes to ourselves, we expect instant results. We want confidence immediately, healing immediately, success immediately. We compare our chapter 2 with someone else's chapter 20. Then we wonder why we're anxious. One of the biggest reasons we rush is comparison. It's impossible to ignore. Every time we open social media, someone seems to be accomplishing something. Someone bought a house, someone started a business, someone graduated, someone got married, someone traveled the world, someone transformed their body, someone reached 1 million subscribers, and without even realizing it, they began measuring our lives against carefully edited highlights. We rarely compare ourselves to people having ordinary Tuesdays. We compare ourselves to someone's greatest moment. That's never a fair comparison. Because behind every achievement is a story we don't see. Years of uncertainty, mistakes, failure, quiet mornings, lonely nights, small decisions repeated over and over again. We only witness the celebration, never the struggle. Imagine watching a movie by only seeing the last 5 minutes. You'd think everything happened effortlessly. You wouldn't see the conflict, the setbacks, the moment when the main character almost gave up. Real life works the same way. People rarely post the years they spent feeling lost. They post the day everything finally worked out, and somehow we convince ourselves we're failing behind. But behind who? Who decided there was only one timeline? Who decided 23 is the perfect age to have life figured out, or even 30 or 40 or 50? Life have never followed a universal schedule. Some people discover their passion at 16, others discover it at 60. Neither one is late. They're simply living different stories. Sometimes we rush because we're afraid of wasting time, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of not becoming who we imagined. But rushing doesn't remove uncertainty, it only makes us experience it faster. Truth is, life has always been uncertain. No amount of planning changes that. The future has never been promised. That's exactly why today matters so much. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. Right now, as you're listening to this, life isn't waiting. It isn't paused until you achieve your biggest goal. It isn't hiding behind your next milestone. This moment, ordinary as it seems, is your life, your own life. And maybe that's the hardest lesson of all. Because we spend so much time preparing to live, but we forget to actually live.